Hey, this is Big Note, man. I am back with another react, man. I know it's been a minute, but boy, I had to catch us. Been my birthday. It's been a lot going on, man. But I gotta react to some of this Diddy stuff, man. I got to, man. Listen, if y'all first time to my channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe for me, please. Thank you. And if it ain't your first time, man, welcome back, cause I'm back. You know what I'm saying? This man Diddy diabolical. We already know this, but we all been wondering where Fonzworth Bentley was at. Where Fonzworth been at? Well, here I'm reacting to KB Goes Live. He say they bringing Fonzworth up in the allegations, man. So, like I said, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We about to get right to this. Let's go.
In another civil lawsuit accusing him of doing the unthinkable. This is a story at this point as old as time and as long as the Bible, right? I mean, at this point, it's basically an everyday occurrence, but this time somebody else is actually being name dropped with Diddy.
Who being name dropped, KB?
And that person is Fonzworth Bentley, whose real name is Derek Watkins.
Where Fonzworth been at? Where has Fonzworth been at, man? For real.
This lawsuit comes right in the middle of Diddy's federal trial and adds to his recent legal troubles, which, I mean, if you ask me,
man, they got Diddy looking
already bad. For things like this to continue to come out just makes it worse. So Fonzworth Bentley is Diddy's former right-hand man. He was Diddy's former personal assistant, his valet driver, and hype man in the early 2000s. Some of y'all actually may recognize Fonzworth for being the guy that frequently carries the umbrella for Diddy, right? Or you may have seen him in videos and photos opening car doors for Diddy.
Let me ask y'all something, man. If the paycheck was correct, would y'all carry an umbrella for somebody, man? Carrying an umbrella for a person, to me, is diabolical, man. I mean, I don't know. I guess because I'm a man, alpha male, man. I can't carry an umbrella for nobody but my chick. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all can carry the umbrella for Diddy for a settlement, man, y'all let me know in the comments, Shabay.
Now, Fonzworth basically has become famous and like a meme for playing the gentleman's gentleman. He wears the suits with the bow ties. He's college educated. He's a creative director, but Diddy turned him into a satirical symbol of quote unquote uptown sophistication, right? And throughout the years, Fonzworth Bentley has basically played this goofy character.
I guess when I moved to New York, obviously I stood out dressing like this, you know, in a lot of the hip hop clubs and things. And you know, literally one day he came up to me. He was like, you know, I really want you to work on my fall wardrobe. So I exchanged.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. My boy hairline is diabolical, man. God, my boy hairline going crazy.
Exchange information with him. A very important two-way number. And now knowing how his schedule is, it was very difficult to get with him, actually. So during his trial, I sent him a lot of, you know, spiritual verses just to kind of support him. And then one day, I left the restaurant. I was working as a maitre d' for Madison Park, a fantastic restaurant in New York City. And I said, you remember the guy from New York City that traveled to, you remember the guy from Howard that traveled to New York City to intern with Andre Harrell, that guy in 2001? Please, I need a job.
I know that real.
And he said, come to 1396 3rd Avenue on this two-way, and I literally raced to that address, and I started as assistant that day. And the rest is history.
But with this new lawsuit, it seems that maybe Fonzworth Bentley's involvement in everything Diddy might be deeper, darker, and more sinister than everybody thought. He's been accused in the past by multiple people of being a thief. People have claimed that he has stole from them.
I'm gonna tell you, I just watched a video last night that said why Fonzworth Bentley was fired from Diddy's service. Do y'all want to know why?
Yeah, why?
They said that he was a thief.
That nigga right there, bro. Don't lay nothing down around him. Don't lay nothing down around dude right there. Dog, Jennifer Lopez had these boots, they cost $5,000. She wanted these boots so bad, she was mad. They looked through everything trying to find Jennifer boots. But I don't know how Fonzworth Bentley found that shit. But we went over there to his house and we found a lot of Jennifer shit and everybody else's shit.
No, I didn't know Fonzworth was a thief, man. Y'all in the comments, let me know if y'all knew Fonzworth was a sticky finger, man. Booster. Damn.
Along the puff.
I had a show. We had a show. And I asked Mr. Bentley, can he hold my chain? And he was like, yeah, I got you. And then he never quite gave me back my chain. And then every time I asked him, he always came up with goofy excuses of why I can't get my chain. Mr. Bentley is a fucking thief, period.
Damn.
And that was his reputation too around there. You dig? Everybody knew Mr. Bentley was a thief. He used to steal shit.
Can I ask you about your interaction with Fonzworth Bentley, man? Did he really fly with an umbrella? Did he really like land at, like, did he really come in and like Mary Poppins' thing?
Did he really steal your chain?
No, he deboed my chain. It's levels.
He took it from you in your face? So that's deboed.
He kind of took it from me in my face. I told that nigga to hold my chain. I told that nigga to hold my chain. I'm about to go perform, and I never quite see it.
What chain, little nigga?
So we have heard things about Fonzworth Bentley throughout the years.
I never heard that.
Showed a stark contrast between his goofy persona and this more serious, possibly even a criminal side to him. And today it looks like we might be getting a look into that whole connection, right? Because on May 23rd, this guy named Randy Dwayne Pittman filed a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs and Derek Fonzworth Bentley Watkins, claiming that these two are responsible for sexual assault and battery, drugging and endangering people, inflicting emotional distress intentionally, civil rights violations, negligence, basically a whole list of terrible things. And like I said, this comes right in the middle of Diddy's federal trial where he is being charged criminally. And over the weekend, we've been on break from that trial. I've been covering it on my channel, but just
Man. Diddy, man.
because the trial is on pause because of the holiday doesn't mean that this civil stuff is on pause for the holiday. People are still filing lawsuits against Diddy pretty much daily. This lawsuit is being filed 22 years after the alleged events took place. So
I gotta say, man, everybody trying to get their ass in too, bro. Why not? I mean, if you had any dealers, bro, at this point, if you walked across the street and they walked across the street at the same time, bro, fire your suit, man. Cause everybody trying to get some chicken, man. Free chicken, man. You mean to tell me some of y'all grown men, bro, is letting Fonzworth Bentley essay y'all, man? Ain't no way in the world.
So let's take a look at that lawsuit. And it says, comes now, Randy Dwayne Pittman, hereafter referred to as Mr. Pittman, proceeding pro se. That means that he is representing himself. I know that Tony Busby has been the person behind a lot of these civil lawsuits that have been brought against Diddy. This one ain't got nothing to do with Tony Busby. This guy is representing himself. And it says he brings this complaint against Sean John Combs, professionally known as Diddy, and Derek Watkins, professionally known as Fonzworth Bentley, and represents unto this honorable court as follows. And this was filed in the Northern District of Georgia, so that's the court that this was filed in. And it says this is a civil action for damages arising from the violent R-word, sexual assault, drugging, and battery of Mr. Pittman and two minor females on or about May 23rd, 2003 at a hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. So he's claiming that he was assaulted and so were two minors. It says the assaults were perpetrated by defendants Sean Combs and...
Bro, you and two minor females was assaulted, bro. How that sound for real, man? You a grown man. Tell me how that sound. Unless you was a young man back then. If you was a young man back then, I'd take that back. But I don't know, bro. YND days, I don't know. I guess it's a different set of YN, because YND days ain't going.
And Derek Watkins following a Sean John promotional fashion show held at Lenox Square Mall. Plaintiff seeks compensatory and punitive damages for physical injuries, emotional distress, and other damages resulting from the defendant's unlawful conduct. It then sets out the jurisdiction, why this is being filed in the Northern District of Georgia. We ain't really got to read it. It says parties to complaint. Plaintiff Randy Dwayne Pittman is an adult individual currently residing in the state of Georgia. At the time of the events described hereon, Mr. Pittman was employed by a talent agency called Options Talent that is based in Atlanta, Georgia. Defendant Sean Combs, professionally known as Diddy, is a prominent music producer, entrepreneur, and public figure who, upon information and belief, maintains residence in multiple locations, including New York and California. Combs is the founder of the Sean John lifestyle brand and was promoting the brand at Lenox Square Mall on May 23rd, 2003. Defendant Derek Watkins, professionally known as Fonzworth Bentley, is an entertainer and associate of Sean John Combs who, upon information and belief, maintains residences in multiple locations. Watkins was acting under the direction and on behalf of Diddy during the events described below. It says factual background. On May 23rd, 2003, Mr. Pittman was performing his duties as a talent scout for Options Talent at Lenox Square Mall in Atlanta, Georgia, where a Sean John fashion show was being held. Plaintiff did not work for Sean John, nor was he affiliated with the fashion show. His presence at the event was solely in his capacity as a talent scout for Options Talent. During the event, plaintiff was approached by defendant Derek Watkins, Watkins, that's Fonzworth Bentley, who inquired about his occupation and asked whether he knew any women who would be interested in attending an after party hosted by Diddy.
Fonzworth came over there and got straight to the business. We ain't worry about you. We'll worry about your talent and your modeling, man. Do you know what a female's at? I'm looking for the They came straight to the business, man. Should have got up out of there, bro.
Fonzworth offered this guy entry to the party on the conditions that he bring female guests along, and plaintiff agreed to attempt to bring guests to the event. Following the fashion show, this guy was introduced to Diddy, who provided him with event credentials and instructed him to act as if he were part of the Shine John team, including taking photographs of Diddy at the event. Diddy and Fonzworth later directed plaintiff to bring 2 young females who were present at the event to a post-event interview at Rich's department store and then to a hotel party. Plaintiff and the 2 females, age 13 and 14, were transported by a hotel by members of Combs' entourage, where a party was held and where the assaults occurred. While at the hotel, Diddy and Fonzworth provided plaintiff and the 2 minor females alcohol and pills described as ecstasy and coerced them into non-consensual sexual acts through intoxication, manipulation, and
First of all, how can somebody manipulate you into, well, I don't know. I guess when you're young, did it older and he did it, take that nowadays. I guess you starstruck, you're bamboozled, and you want to do everything. You get to the party with the females, you want to take the ex, you want to do your thing, man. But come on, bro, you got to tell them no.
And threats of violence. And this is basically following the same pattern of behavior that we see the prosecution laying out in his federal trial, right? You got to remember, this is civil and none of this is proven. This is just what this guy is claiming Diddy did, but it is on par with what we're hearing the prosecution say Diddy was doing. It says plaintiff alleges that he and 2 minor females were subjected to sexual assault, battery, and other unlawful acts by Diddy and Fonzworth during the party. As a direct and proximate result of defendant's actions, plaintiff suffered physical injury, severe emotional distress,
physical injury. We all know what that is, man. Bruh.
psychological trauma, and lasting harm. Cause of action, count 1, sexual assault and battery. Defendants, by their acts and omissions, intentionally engaged in unwanted non-consensual sexual acts with the plaintiff, resulting in physical and emotional harm. The conduct of the defendants constituted sexual assault and battery under both federal and state law. As a direct and proximate result of defendants' unlawful conduct, plaintiff suffered physical injury, emotional distress, mental anguish, and other damages. Count 2, drugging and endangerment. Plaintiff incorporates by reference the allegations set forth in paragraph 1 through 21. As fully stated herein, defendants knowingly provided plaintiff with intoxicating substances, including alcohol and ecstasy, to impair his judgment and resistance. The distribution of these substances was intended to facilitate non-consensual acts and to impair the plaintiff's ability to defend himself. As a direct and proximate result, plaintiff experienced severe emotional distress, psychological trauma, and physical harm. And then count 3 is intentional infliction of emotional distress. The defendant's conduct was extreme, outrageous, and beyond the bounds of decency, intentionally inflicting severe emotional distress upon plaintiff.
Man, that drug and a spiking drink, man, that's been going on since the beginning. Man, y'all go to the party, man. Pour your own drink or go to the bar, watch your drink being poured. But I don't know. Diddy so diabolical, he probably had the E in every single bottle, bro. At this point, man, I don't even know.
As a direct and proximate result, plaintiff suffers severe emotional trauma, humiliation, and lasting psychological harm. Count 4, civil rights violations. It says plaintiff alleges that the conduct of the defendants violated his civil rights under the federal and state laws, causing deprivation of personal liberty, bodily integrity, and safety. The acts of violence, coercion, and abuse committed by defendants were intentional, malicious, and in direct violation of plaintiff's fundamental rights. As a result, plaintiff suffered substantial harm, both physically and emotionally. Count 5 is negligence and gross negligence. Defendants owed a duty of care to plaintiff to ensure his safety and protection from harm. Defendants breached that duty through willful misconduct, negligence, and gross negligence, resulting in physical and emotional harm to plaintiff. And as a direct and proximate result of this breach, plaintiff suffered substantial damages. And then count 6 is punitive damages. It says defendants acted with malice, oppression, and reckless disregard for plaintiff's rights, justifying an award of punitive damages to punish and deter such conduct in the future. And he is asking for $7.5 million in
7.5 buckaroo-skis. Let me get that, man. I mean, since everybody else want a piece of the pie, man, I need some chicken too. Yeah, come on, man. In 2003, you caused me physical and mental harm, did it? I need 7.5 today. You feel me? Man, why you at it? I need to find them two girls out with so they can get another 7.5 P. And we could all just throw a part off your head, dude. Yeah.
In compensatory damages from Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley. It says for punitive damages to punish defendants for their egregious conduct to be determined by this honorable court. He is also suing for cost of this action, including preparation and investigative fees and court costs, and for such other relief as the court deems just, proper, and equitable. Right, and it's signed by this guy, Randy Pittman. And there are a lot of allegations in that document right there. It is pretty wild stuff. Now, Fonzworth Bentley has not testified in Diddy's trial yet. We don't know if he's gonna testify in Diddy's trial. There isn't a witness list that has been released. It is very possible that he ends up having to testify in some capacity. I don't know if this right here will be mentioned in the federal trial, as again, this is separate from that federal case.
I wouldn't be surprised if bro, as soon as he heard the first thing about this, as soon as he seen that Cassie video, he probably booked it. He probably been booked it. That man probably in Thailand, Amsterdam, shit, South Pole. Ain't no telling what part. Ain't nobody heard from, bro. Not nobody. Where's Instagram at? Where's TikTok at? Show me where he posted last. I ain't heard from him.
Case. This is a civil case, but it's interesting to say the least. A lot of people have been questioning Fonzworth anyways because he has been relatively silent about this whole Diddy thing since everything has started unfolding. We haven't heard anything from Fonzworth Bentley, right? And then out of the clear blue, boom, here comes this lawsuit implicating Fonzworth Bentley. Now, we also haven't heard a response from Diddy and his legal team. We haven't heard a response from Fonzworth Bentley or anybody on his legal team in regards to this. This is still a very fresh lawsuit. I'll be keeping my eyes on it, and trying to keep y'all updated, but it's an interesting development, and y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below, because
and let me know too, cause bro, what Fonzworth at? Y'all can't tell me what Fonzworth at, bro. Where is that man in that umbrella, man? Please let me know. Find the for me, gang. That man booked it. Telling you, that man is South America, man. I'm telling you, man. That man down there living like apocalypso. Man, it's the rap form, man. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this lawsuit, man. 7.5 million for old boy for physical and mental damage. I'm gonna get with you.